Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video I'll be talking about my 4 best candlestick reversal patterns. I know there are lots of candlestick patterns out there, but I have filtered out for you my 4 best candlestick reversal patterns that are more accurate, and they are going to boost your accuracy and help you make more profit in your forex trade. My name is Mentor Sam. I'm a forex trader. I mentor a lot of students that are interested to make money from the business of forex. I know I have not been posting a lot of videos, but I promise I'll be posting more videos now because I'm a little bit free. I was very busy for some time, so I had some projects I was working on, but at least I'm a bit free now, so I'll try as much as possible to post videos frequently. So please, if you're new to this channel, please, I would like you to subscribe, please comment, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell so that you can always get videos when I post new videos. Okay, I'll be sharing in the nearest future. I'll be doing videos relating to my strategies. I'll be sharing videos on how I make money from prop firm. I'll be sharing how you can profit using some of the expert advisor or EAs I use. So I'm going to show you how to build a trading system basically. So I'll be posting some of these videos in the future. Please, if you don't want to miss out of these videos, please, I would like you to subscribe to my channel. And if you have any question, please, you can just leave it in the comment section. I'll try as much as possible to reply them when I'm available. So let's get on with what we have today. I want to talk about the 4 best candlestick reversal pattern that I use in my trading. Number 1 is the hammer. Number 2, we have the shooting star. Number 3, bullish engulfing candlestick, and number 4, the bearish engulfing candlestick. So these are my favorites. They are my best recommended candlestick pattern that I use. Okay, so I've tested these over the years, and they give me the highest probability trade to make profit. So stick on with this class and try and watch it to the end. I'm going to be explaining in details these 4 candlestick, and at the end we're still going to be doing some practical session where I'll take you to the chart and show you exactly how this candlestick will work. So let's get started with the hammer. If you look at this cycle, this is exactly how the hammer shape looks like. Okay, so just like your physical hammer. Let's look at some characteristics. Number 1, for it to be identified as a hammer, it has to have a small body. All right, the body has to be small. Then number 2, it must have a long wick like this pointing downward. So number 1, it usually have a small body, then it has a long wick pointing downwards. Then number 3, you must find it around the support area of your chart. And when we're talking about support, support is usually at the point on the bearish trend where the market tends to fail to go below, where the market usually reverse on a bearish trend. That's a support. So this is kind of a support region. So this candlestick is found around the support region. Then another characteristic is that the wick, which is some call it tail or pin, is longer than the body. It's usually longer than the body. So the pin is, or wick, is usually longer than the body. So this is the body here, while this is the wick. It's usually characterized by a long wick pointing downwards. Then usually have little or no upper wick. Like in this case, this kind of have no upper wick, but in some hammer you may see a little bit of a wick up here. So that is still a hammer. Okay, so it's characterized by little or no upper wick. Now when you see this, is usually a buy signal indicating the market may likely reverse. All right, 70 to 80% of the time when you see the hammer form, it simply means it's a reversal candlestick. All right. When I go to the practical session, I'll talk about some things you have to look out for, so you don't just trade the hammer anytime you see it. You need to ensure that it's on a support, and if you see it appear on a support that have been previously tested before, that makes it more stronger, or such hammer tends to be more accurate in trading them. That's the hammer. So please try identify them on your chart. This is how they look like. You can just take time to go over the video again so that you understand the characteristics, as well as you go to your chart and see if you can identify the hammer. The next is the shooting star. Now the shooting star is just like a hammer, but it's turned upside down, so you can see just like an inverted hammer, right? Now the characteristics of the shooting star is it has a small body, as you can see. Then it has a long wick pointing upward. Then it's found around a resistance area. Okay, so resistance area is just simply a place where the price rejects on a bullish trend. Okay, like you can see the market, this price has been pushing up, it got to this point, and what happened? And there was a rejection. So that gives birth to what we call a resistance area. Okay, so this shooting star is usually found around a resistance area. Okay, so you have to take note of that. Then the upper wick must be longer than the body, very important. So you can see the wick pointing upward, it must be longer than the body, right? Then it has little or no lower wick, and if you can look closely, you discover that this particular candle has a very small lower wick. The other one, the previous hammer we checked, had no lower, or has no upper wick. Okay, that's in the case of hammer, but here we say this can have little or no lower wick. So when you see this form, now this is actually a sell signal. So just trying to tell you that the market is going to reverse. Okay, so 70 to 80% of the time you get a reversal when you see this candlestick form. Okay, before we go to the engulfing patterns, I like to sometimes I like to explain to my students the price action, or why the reason why this often lead to a reversal pattern. That's usually what the buyers and sellers are actually, what it signifies in the market that the buyers and sellers are doing. Now, if you look closely at this candlestick, you understand that this wick indicates that at a time this market was somewhere here. So which means at a time in this market, the price was actually bullish. Price was actually here. So that simply means that buyers were in control. When the price was here, buyers were in control. But before the trading session ended, what happened? So you found out that sellers took over. Okay, that's the result of this wick here. So it's just trying to indicate to you that the buyers were in control initially, but the sellers came into the market and took the price down. So that's why most likely on the next session, since it's just trying to indicate that sellers have entered the market, so most time the wick is indicates the introduction of sellers or buyers in the market, right? So in this case, it indicates the introduction of sellers. So we found out that sellers came into the market, and there's a high tendency that they're going to continue taking the price downward. So let's also look at the hammer, and let's see what exactly is the hammer telling us in terms of price action. Now, when we look closely at this, we discover that there's a long wick here pointing down, and that indicates that at a particular time in this trading session, this was a bearish candle. The market was here at a time, so sellers were in control. But what happened? We discovered that at a particular time, the buyers came in. The buyers came in and they took over from the sellers, and they pushed the price upward. And at the close of this session, the buyers closed stronger than the sellers. okay, and we can see that there's a continuation. In the next trading session, the buyers are in the market to take the price up. So you can easily try to see who is controlling the market from these candlesticks, and you can actually get an idea of when the control switches from probably the buyers to the sellers, or to the sellers to the buyers, as it's in the case of the hammer. So that is exactly what this is what the candle interprets. Okay, so it interprets what is happening in the real case, in the real time, what buyers and sellers are doing. So this is just an explanation. So let's continue and let's go to our next candlestick. So now we're going to talk about the bullish engulfing patterns. So this another of my favorite reversal pattern. I look out for this on my chart a lot. Now, how do we identify this? Now let's look at the characteristics. Number one, we say the two candle has to be standing side by side. Now if you look at these two bearish candles, they are not side by side. Okay, now this candle is lower than this, right? But if you look at this bearish candle and this bullish candle, you discover that they are side by side. So that's the first characteristics you have to look out for. So the two candles must be standing side by side. The number two, the bullish candle should cover the bearish candle. Okay, that's where the word engulfing pattern, okay, originated from. So which means that the bullish, like in this case, is called bullish engulfing. So it's simply bullish engulfing a bearish candle. So from the name you can easily identify the candle. So this is bullish engulfing candle. Bullish is engulfing the bearish candle. So that's the second characteristic you have to look out for. Then number three is usually found around the support area. Okay, so you see this on the support area, and when you see this form, now this is a very strong buy signal. So I look out for this a lot, and most of the time is 70 to 80% accurate. So when you see this form, the market usually reverses. Now take note of these characteristics. Okay, so the bullish candle has to cover totally the bearish candle. So if it doesn't cover totally, ignore it. That is not a bullish engulfing pattern. Let's talk about the last one, which is the bearish engulfing pattern. Now the bearish engulfing pattern is just the opposite of the bullish engulfing pattern. Now two candle has to standing side by side, just like we identified in the bullish engulfing pattern. So you have to take note of that. The two candle is standing side by side. Now the next characteristic is that the bearish candle is engulfing the bullish candle. The bearish candle is engulfing the bullish candle. So when we say covering, it means it's engulfing it, and this is found around the resistance area. It's found around the resistance area, and when you see this form, this is a sell signal. So this is just indicating a swift switch from buy to sell. Okay, that's for the bearish. Okay, for the bullish engulfing, it's a switch from the sell to buy. So when you see this, it's just trying to tell you that the sellers had just been introduced with a large momentum into the market, and there's a high tendency for them to take price downward further, and you can actually make money from spotting this candlestick. So these are my four favorite candlestick patterns. So let me just take a recap again. So let me just go back a little bit so that we can just do a recap. So we said the hammer, the shooting star, the bullish engulfing, and the bearish engulfing. So watch out for these four. If you understand how to use them very well, it will increase your profitability. All right, so having said this, let's go over to my chart. I'm going to explain. We're going to look at for practical scenario where we can trade them. I'm going to take them in this order. So let's switch to my chart. Alright guys, welcome to the charts. When you look at this screen, discover that right here we have a hammer. Okay, we have a hammer candlestick form. So you remember the characteristics we said. Usually have a small body, right, characterized by a small body, then a longer wick pointing downward, then sometimes it's hard. Let me try and zoom in a little bit. All right, so we said a small upper wick pointing upward, just like you have there. So we have a small upper wick. So this fits the characteristic of a hammer, and you can see that when it formed, you can see that the price pushed up, okay, nicely. All right, so you find out that the price pushed up nicely. So let's see if we can get any other formation here. You can see here there is a nice formation of a hammer candlestick, right? So remember the characteristic we said, the wick pointing downward, okay, with smaller body, okay, then found around the support. I like trading hammer like this because it's usually around a previous tested area. You notice here this is actually a point of interest. Okay, this is a previous place price has rejected. There is a strong support here, and it's a high tendency that the price may test this region and go up. So let's just see how the market plays out. All right, you can see after this formation, you can see the price pushing up. However, there's still another formation of a hammer here, and you can see the price also obeying this. All right, that's hammer for you. And like I said, most of the time, if you trade it very well, okay, trading it around a previously tested area of support, you don't just trade it in isolation, right? So you look at the market and ensure that the market has tested that region before. When you trade it like that, you increase the accuracy. Then most time, another thing I put into cognizance when I trade candlestick is that I ensure that there is a confirmation, right? So this is what I mean. Like here, you see there's a hammer here, but there's no confirmation. So there's a hammer here, but the next candle was a bearish candle. I won't take this trade. Are you understanding? I won't take this trade, but you can see that if you had taken this trade, probably to have taken you out. So, but you can see this trade here, there is a confirmation, right? So which is this candle pushing up. All right, this candle here, this hammer here, there is also a confirmation. Please ensure you trade around the support area, especially a previously tested support, and also look out for confirmation when you trade the hammer. So let's look at the next candlestick, which is the next reversal candlestick, which is the shooting star. All right, guys, let's look out for another candlestick, which is the shooting star. I hope you remember the characteristics of the shooting star. We said that it has a small body with the wick pointing upward, then the wick should be longer than the body. Okay, so let's just watch out for it. Alright, so if you watch closely here, you can discover that this is a shooting star, right? So you can see a formation of a shooting star around here. So number one, you can see the body, and the wick is longer than the body. This is, like I said, you can see the body and you can see the wick pointing upward. Now the body is small compared to the wick. Like this has a little lower wick, but however, this fits a nice description of a shooting star. Now remember, another point we made mention of that the shooting star, you see it around a support, a resistance, not a support. Okay, so this is a resistance area. So the resistance is just simply on the bullish market a place the price rejected. So you can discover that why I would take this is because price has previously rejected this at this point there has been some rejection, okay, so but price is there again. The shooting star is another sign of rejection, so meaning the price may likely go down, okay, so the price may likely fall. So let's just see how it goes. And you can see this could as well give us a 1 to 5 trading. Let's see, short position. So if we take this here, okay, so and our stop loss will just be above the pin, so we can easily get a 1:5, okay, we can easily get a 1:5 trade from this, okay. So that's how you trade with the shooting star. Let's check the next candlestick, which has to do with the bullish engulfing pattern. Next, we want to look for a bullish engulfing pattern, and we said a bullish engulfing pattern is just simply a bullish candle covering a bearish candle when they are side by side. Like, okay, let me pause this one so you can see this is a bullish engulfing. Now take note of these two candlesticks, they are side by side, okay. This is appearing side by side, and let's see the result of this. You can see how price actually pushes upward just immediately after this bullish engulfing pattern, okay. So like we said, this is usually a reversal pattern. Like you can see it here, there's a bearish trend here, but after the formation of this, you can see the reversal here to an upward trend. So like I said, the bullish engulfing pattern, they're very important pattern you must master and take note of them. So we have one here too, this the bullish engulfing pattern, two candles standing side by side, the bullish candle covering the bearish candle. You can see the result, and the result is an upward momentum. So finally, let's identify the last pattern, which is a bearish engulfing pattern. So the bearish engulfing pattern has to do with two candles standing side by side. Okay, two candles standing side by side. Okay, we see that on an uptrend. Fine. So this is a very good example of a bearish engulfing. So take note that the bearish candle is engulfing or covering the bullish candle. Okay, so when we see this form, most time it's going to be a reversal, change downward, and we can easily make 1 to 2 risk. You can easily get 1 to 2, 1 to 1.5 trades from this if we actually trade it very well. So look out for the trend. On one of my video, I talked about how to identify trend. You must don't trade against the trend even when you trade this candlestick pattern, and ensure you wait for a confirmation before you enter. Okay, so that's how you can use this candlestick to make more profit for yourself. Like I said, if you're new to this channel, I'll be posting videos like this to help traders. Please ensure you subscribe to this channel and comment, share this video, turn on the notification icon so that you can always get videos from me. And if you're new to Forex, I will drop a link in the description for my introduction to Forex, where I teach beginners about Forex and how they can get started in business. I'll drop the link in the description, and I'll also drop some helpful videos to help you grow in your Forex business. Alright, my name is Michael Sam. Thank you very much for watching this video to the end. I'll see you in the next video.